It's the Bealles.
And we went to Wisconsin. All right, so we went to Wisconsin for our son's wedding. Yes, I know, we look so young. But our son got married this past weekend, and we went to Wisconsin. I got my beautiful Wisconsin shirt. And we had a really good time. And so people have been asking us what we thought of Wisconsin. So we thought we'd do a video on it and just let you guys know our thoughts on the beautiful state. So the first thing I will say, I guess when you think of Wisconsin now, like what's the first thing that you think of?
Now or before?
Now. Because, well, I'll tell you, I Googled it. So when you Google Wisconsin, because I was like, I want to know what I was in for. And the first thing that I saw was barns. And I thought, oh, these are like the most beautiful barns in the whole state. And so when we went to Wisconsin, we actually started up near Milwaukee. Yeah. And we ended up kind of moving to the western side of the state and then going up north. We were like almost to Canada. And so we kind of traveled almost the whole state. And here's what I noticed. Mile
after mile.
Barns.
And silos.
Barns and silos. And they weren't, the pictures that I saw on Google, and I thought, oh, those are the most beautiful ones, and people are Googling these, like they're the famous barns. No, they're all beautiful.
They really are. Yeah.
I mean,
well kept.
Field after field.
Taken care
of beautiful
but also
barns.
They're using them.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like one field after another field of farms and such, and people were busy.
Yeah, you couldn't, every moment that you drove, you could have stopped and taken a picture.
Yeah. And
it would have been beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So, picturesque. Ultimately, it was super beautiful. Driving down the road hours after hours, it was amazing. The only one thing that there was an area that we went through that was the mountains, and they even had
Hills.
A ski lift and a ski slope. And coming from Western North Carolina, which it's not even the Rockies or anything, we're in the Blue Ridge Mountains, but their mountain that they had a ski slope on was not even a hill. I was literally like, is this the mountain?
But to be fair, I've never been skiing in North Carolina. And it was the first ski lift I had ever actually seen. Uh-huh. And it was an impressive ski lift. It was a
nice ski lift.
So,
it looks like what you see in the movies. But that's the only thing I thought was funny, was the thing that they had that said was a mountain.
But it was right on the highway, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, maybe there's bigger ones, but the only one that we saw, it was like, is that a mountain?
Yeah. That's
not a mountain. But it was funny. Anyway, but generally speaking, barns.
Yeah.
Mile after mile of barns. So, but I think when other people think of Wisconsin, they think of cheese.
Which was definitely present. I kind of thought before we went that it was kind of a joke.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
You would see the Green Bay Packers, and the fans wear the cheese hats, and they're everything's cheese and such, and it's actually highly promoted there.
It's a thing.
I mean, many billboards on the highway mention cheese. Restaurants, but cheese above the restaurant name. That kind of
big
thing.
Cheese.
Get your cheese here. We have your cheese fixins and things.
Yeah. Well, even the gas station. You would go in a gas station to get snacks.
Cheese curds and things like that. Big. And cheese with the little sausage things.
Yes.
Those were big. Yeah. Cheese with what do you call it? The brats.
Yes.
Whatever thing.
Uh-huh.
And actually, this sounds kind of odd, but along the highway and everything, a lot of signs for tacos and things like that. And I told my wife that it's probably because it's just so much cheese. They're trying to think, well, what in the world do we put cheese on? They got to come up with something.
I'm sure they got cheese.
So they got the pizza, the cheeseburgers, the tacos.
Now,
cheese it up.
I will say we had cheese curds before we went there because Alyssa, our new daughter-in-law, came to visit us, and she bought cheese curds, so we'd had them already, so we weren't surprised by cheese curds. But
go ahead.
I was going to say what we hadn't had was Culver's cheese curds.
Yeah, because what we had were the refrigerated,
Yeah,
like in your dairy case, kind of cheese curds.
the cold one.
But the hot one, breaded and everything, it was like a.
Now we're getting.
It was
something.
like a mozzarella stick or something like that.
But better.
Cheese curd.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Now, Culver's. So, like, of course, we went to Wisconsin, and everyone says you got to go to Culver's. We actually have Culver's here in North Carolina.
Never went to them here.
I have. I've been to definitely one. There's one in Charlotte. There's one in Asheville.
But I didn't know anything about it. I knew it was a hamburger place.
Yeah, but I didn't.
But they
really,
have a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, I didn't really understand it when I went to it here. Going to it there in its natural territory was an entirely different experience. And I like the cheese curds, though. I think it might be like the best thing on the. You like the hamburger, of course.
Yeah, the hamburgers are all good.
Brian and I tried the fish. We tried some of the soups. I think he got chili and I got another soup. We tried a variety of things while we were there, but the cheese curds, I think, were the star of the show, personally. Another Wisconsin favorite that we tried while we were there, we went to Menards, the beautiful home store. It's kind of like Lowe's
Or Home Depot.
but not. It's even got food in it.
Yeah, we walked around just for, I don't know, half hour or so, just to see what it was. And it was like Lowe's or Home Depot, very well stocked and everything, and very.
I think it was better than Lowe's and Home Depot, personally.
Yeah, it seemed the one that we were in. I'm sure there are different size stores and everything depending on location, but it seemed like it was really big. The aisles were. I was walking around with Brianna for a second. I said, "You can get lost in here."
You can.
And but then I ran into Marquise, and so it was a picture Lowe's and Home Depot with all the hardware and all the tools and all the this, that, and the other, paint and everything. And then in the midst of it, there were all of a sudden you walk into these aisles of grocery, canned goods and box stuff and things, and it just. For me, at first, it seemed a little out of place. Even Marquise, Marquise was kind of like, with his head turned like, that just seems weird, But I guess it makes sense. You or somebody said, you're out and about, your husband or something, you're buying stuff, for the house, home improvement, and your wife calls and says, can you bring home some mac and cheese? Now you don't have to stop anywhere. You can get your 2x4s and you can get your spackle. And then go in spackle, is that what they call it? And and then you can get your mac and cheese right there.
They didn't
Kraft,
have
it's the
fresh
cheesiest.
produce or anything.
No, picture.
It was just like dry goods.
I kind of said it was kind of like the grocery aisles that you would have at your dollar store or something.
Very similar.
Kind of like that.
But they also had like a book section. Like they had all kinds of stuff that was just surprising. But in terms of their home goods, like the light fixtures and faucets and all of those things, I actually thought they had a bigger selection. Like I really loved. I could be in their light fixture section forever. I know it wasn't exciting to you, but like their bathtubs.
I thought it was going to be forever. She was fixated by the fixtures.
Oh,
I'll tell you, when we first walked in, my sweet wife, all of a sudden it was like a bug in a bug light. She just, I'm sorry, but she just looking up at the lights, and I told my daughter, I said, "Oh man, we're gonna have to get your mother." She just mesmerized.
Really southern there.
Mesmerized.
All right. So Menards was great. I love Menards. If I lived there, I'd be in Menards. You would be in Menards a lot. Like we would be in Menards. I totally understand the Menards thing. No question. One weird thing that we did notice in Wisconsin, vanity plates. Like vanity license plates are a thing there. It seemed like every person has some vanity plates. And like we drove, like I said, across the state.
Yeah.
And there was literally one car behind. I don't want to say their tag name because they might, I don't want to put it out there on the internet or anything. But they had a vanity plate. I could spot that car out of any car now because I watched it in my rearview mirror for mile upon mile. But it's like everywhere we went, there were vanity plates, more than I've ever seen in my life. And I don't know if that's a Wisconsin thing. I don't understand what that is. But that was just one weird thing that I noticed. I don't know. Am I crazy?
No, no, you're absolutely right. You said it when we were driving, and then we were in a parking lot, and you were talking about it, and then one drove past us.
Yeah.
It was everywhere.
Everywhere. Very strange.
I'm not creative enough for vanity plates.
I'm not into it. And
Maybe if I did real estate or something.
Oh, goodness.
You get the vanity plate, but I just have no ideas.
Well, here, I mean, occasionally people have it, but like, it just seemed like every other car, maybe one out of every 5 cars had a vanity plate.
Because I have no reason to tell anybody who I am. Mm-hmm. So I would try to be humorous.
Oh, no.
And no doubt you would think it was not funny.
No, I would not.
So I would have to live with that failure every time I go out. Every time we go to the store or something, I would have to relive the whole, you're not funny, Rick. I tried, babe. I tried.
So, is there anything else about Wisconsin that was distinct? I guess everybody talked about the accent. I didn't think the accent was that big of a deal. And we were in city areas and we were in rural areas.
But again,
we did hear him say bag.
Maybe
like for a bag.
Well, even Ricky or somebody said, I can't remember who now, that it's the older folks have more of the
thick accent.
So I guess we were at a wedding.
Yeah.
We were around really a bunch of young folks, kind of, sort of. So I think if we had spent more time in town and got to actually talk to some people, we may have noticed accent. So that's that. But no, I didn't hear too much of an accent.
Not too much. I don't know. The thing that I think about with Wisconsin, with the people, was everybody told me how nice they were. And we're from the South, so people are really friendly here. It's like, you can't go out your door without people waving, and, it would be rude to pass someone driving down the street and not wave. So, I mean, I kind of have an expectation of friendliness that I think is different from people in other parts of the country. Because when we lived in Maryland, we're originally from the D.C. area, that's not how it is. But, so now that we've lived here so long, I kind of have the two different things in my mind. And I think Wisconsin was somewhere in the middle. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're super, like, in your face waving, but they're also not, like, leave me alone. So they were kind of in the middle in terms of friendliness.
And that's where I am. Mm-hmm. I'm in the middle. The middle is comfortable for me.
Yeah, I think it's comfortable for most people.
Okay, I like the highs and hellos. I can be folksy.
Oh no.
But I don't necessarily crave the hug.
The hug.
You know what I mean? I'm
the Southern hug.
I'm happy with a nod. And how's it going?
So you think Wisconsin suits you?
Yeah. I felt very comfortable there. I think the folks were friendly. And this time everybody wears a mask and everything.
That's true.
So you can't tell too much about people, but they had friendly eyes. They were covered up, but their eyes said, "You're welcome." So that was good.
So people keep asking us if we are moving to Wisconsin. And the answer to that question is, not right now. No. We love it.
Yeah.
I think it's so beautiful. The lakes are ridiculous.
Yeah. I've said many times in my life that I like the water.
You do.
I can't swim. It makes no sense. I can't swim, and I can count on one hand how many times I've been on a boat.
Yeah.
And I don't fish.
But you don't like the ocean. Like, you don't like beaches.
But I shower a lot.
Oh, goodness.
I don't know. I like water. I like the sound of water. I like the look of water. It has a smell. I like the smell of water. Mm-hmm. The air is different around water, and I like that. Mm-hmm. Water that's, I don't mean like a stagnant pond.
Yeah.
I mean like
lakes and rivers.
Yeah, the ripples and everything, early in the morning or late at night. Mm-hmm. It's just nice. Oh. It's very comforting. It's very nice. Yeah, I mean, if you like taking pictures, it's wonderful to take pictures of something like that, or just to be there.
Absolutely beautiful. And there's rivers that are beautiful here in North Carolina. But I guess the lakes that we were at in Wisconsin, they were just beautiful. Mm-hmm. Like, we would wake up in the morning and he would take a cup of coffee and we would go down to the water and just look. It was just gorgeous. So
you have to dress for it.
Oh, because it was a little chilly. Can we talk about the weather?
I didn't bring any long sleeve things. I thought that's silly.
I did a video
Glad I brought a jacket.
saying it's going to be cold when we go there. And everybody was like, it's not going to be cold. It's still going to be warm. It's the beginning of
It's in
September.
the 40s at night.
I'm telling you. Do you know it was 30s? In the 30s last night?
30s. It was in the 40s
In
when
the
we were
30s.
there. Now, I'll tell you what, somebody's out there say, well, I don't know if 40s is that bad. We're in North Carolina.
That's cold.
That was our winter.
It's cold.
And this is the end of
We're
their
in
summer.
southern North Carolina.
Yeah.
Like, we're on the border of South Carolina.
The end of their summer was the height of our winter
Yes.
last year. So, I mean, it felt like fall there. It smelled like
beautiful.
fall and everything. So much so that it's in me. This morning before this video, I was playing Christmas music.
Oh, goodness.
It's in me now already.
Yeah.
I had my coffee and I was listening to my Perry Como. All because of Wisconsin. You did it to me. Now I'm listening to Perry. 12 Days of Christmas. That's what Wisconsin did.
It's a magical place.
I need some eggnog. And
Well, I bet you can get some there. It's dairy.
but it's just different. The air is different.
Mm-hmm.
The look of everything is different. The trees are different.
Yeah.
The more north, you can tell that you're not here.
Yeah.
Like I said, the dirt.
Oh, well, we live in the mountains, so there's clay.
Yeah,
If we lived on the coast of North Carolina, it might be different. But where
Well,
we are, it's all clay.
everything's red.
Mm-hmm.
You walk outside with clean shoes, they're coming in red.
Mm-hmm.
You might as well buy red shoes. You know what I mean? The squirrels are black.
And red.
Red and black. So the red squirrels almost look like chipmunks.
Yeah, they do.
The black squirrels look like little cats.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, it looked like a little kid
I also
running
saw
around the tree.
A gray squirrel
The shiny black squirrel.
with the bushiest tail I've ever seen on a squirrel in my life. It was like this big around. I was like, what is going on? I guess they got to have a tail that bushy for the cold.
Yeah, probably.
I'm serious.
So the squirrels are different, the trees are different, the dirt is different, the air is different. But different in a good way. I mean, it's all really neat. And for me, my wife has traveled a lot in her life, or more than I have. And I haven't really ventured out too far. It's been quite a while. And it's just neat to me how when you go through state to state to state to state, how everything has its own look. Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina, they're similar. But the more you go north, it has its own look. We were in Illinois for a long time. In Illinois, when you can drop me in Illinois blindfolded, and I'll know I'm in Illinois. They have fields, they have farms, but
it's different.
They're different. They have a distinct
They are
look.
different.
We cross over to Wisconsin, and farms again, but immediately
Different.
they have a different look. It's just funny to me that it's one nation, but really each state has its own character, and that's neat. That's really neat, and it just gives me a bigger, broader view of really the world, but America.
I want to go back to the question of us moving there because
I'm avoiding that. No, actually, go ahead.
it's now become my dream place.
It has. It has.
It's now become my dream place.
We were
funny,
there, and she was looking for places.
Not where Ricky is.
I know,
Because everybody's like,
Is it
you know,
Ricky?
Are you
Is it
going to move
Ricky?
because of your son?
It's
no.
the lake.
It's the lake that did it. Honestly, I want a lake. I want to wake up every day by a lake now. If you've ever done that, that would become your dream.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine.
She wants to get me in a kayak.
Well, you even said you would go in a kayak, which
Isn't
is
that crazy?
amazing.
That's what the cold air did to me. You know, I want to be in the house with my fake air conditioning, drinking my coffee, and listening to Perry. But all
there
of
you
a sudden, a few days in Wisconsin, and I'm like, give me the kayak.
You've got a beard.
What's
It's like,
going
who
on?
are you?
I'm changing. I'm going to be the brawny man before you know it.
No comment. Anyway.
Oh, stop it.
So this is our commentary on Wisconsin. First time there. We enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's now my dream place.
Yep.
Gotta
Well,
go there.
It has far more than cheese.
It does, but it does have a lot of cheese.
It has cheese and cranberry bogs.
Yes. Yeah, we did see some cranberry.
I knew
bogs.
cranberries from the grocery store. I knew cranberries were grown in Wisconsin, but I didn't know exactly how. And I didn't know the word bog.
Yeah.
I'd never even heard that. It sounded funny to me. I thought you were making it up. I thought it was some kind of slang homestead talk. Bog. What's a bog? I don't know. But she's driving by and she yells out, "It's a bog!" And I'm like, what are you talking about? I thought something was going to hit us. You know, a bog.
You know,
what are you talking about?
I bet they call a toboggan a sled there.
Oh, don't even, the toboggan, yeah.
In North Carolina, toboggan's a knit cap.
Yeah. Yeah, it just...
I bet in Wisconsin it's a sled. I'm just saying, side note.
Probably so.
You said bog, and that's what it made me.
I know.
Anyway.
You threw me.
Wisconsin's great.
Oh.
My shirt says Wisconsin, home sweet home. I don't know if you can see it. It's my dream one. It's my dream. And my son's there too. But really, it's the lakes. So that's our thoughts on Wisconsin. So if you like Rick and I hanging out on video like this, let us know in the comments. And we'll do more videos like this. Maybe give us an idea of something we can talk about. Because, you know, it might be fun just to get us together and talk once a week or so. Give us some ideas. We have no idea. Ask us something. We'll talk about it. So, all right. That's it. We will have some wedding video here soon. I have lots of video and it's very emotional to me, so I'm trying to get through it and get it organized. But that'll be coming soon, and you can look forward to that. But that's it for this one. So, Wisconsin, thumbs up.
Coffee's good there. There's a coffee place there in town. Little teeny place. They made the best breakfast sandwiches.
Oh, it was good.
Loved them. They weren't very fast.
It was a little one.
But it's because, partially, I'll give them some credit. I'll give them
business.
some slack. They were really busy. And they were working hard.
They were.
But you know, they were just, it just took a while. And I told my wife, I said, if we lived here, we'd probably go here often.
All the time.
But only when we had plenty of time. Because things, it was slower. But it was good. It was worth it. And it made me hate the fact that I can't have too many sweets nowadays, because the sweet goods, oh man, I tell you, they were something else. I still think about them at night.
I'm gonna cut this video off, because if I let him, he'll keep talking about it. This is why we need to make other videos. Give us some ideas. All right, that's it.
Yes.
Done with Wisconsin talk.
Yeah.
You guys have a good day, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.